we have a lot to talk about. Hi, I figured today we could just do a catch up. I actually asked you guys in my Instagram little like channel group thing what you guys wanted, and you said you wanted one catch up video, one vlog. So we're gonna catch up. We're gonna drive together, maybe. Not to get an email from the jump, but I'm really happy right now, you guys. Like, I've never been this happy in my entire life. And granted, there's a lot of like weird other shit going on in my life right now, but just in general, like, I'm really happy. So let me tell you about all the happy things. I'm home alone this weekend. Will is on a bachelor trip. So they're in Nashville for his cousin's bachelor party. So I'm alone, and I honestly hate being alone. Like, there's nothing I hate more in the entire universe. So I'm trying to make it fun for myself. So, because yesterday is the day Will left, and I fully didn't leave my house. I like laid in bed, watched Love Island, and then ended the night by cleaning my room and watching The Grinch, the animated version, and it lifted my spirits a little bit. But I made a whole plan for today because I wanted it to be perfect. So I went for a walk right when I woke up. I went and got a little like lemonade iced tea moment from Alfred, and I got glam, and then we're gonna go shoot content at the beach because I'm trying to be productive. And I figured might as well chat with you guys because I don't know about you guys, when I'm in the car, I always like am on the phone with somebody, so I figured it's like a FaceTime call, except for legally, because you can't FaceTime and drive. I have learned that the hard way before. The second I questioned the stability of the camera, I went flying. Can you legally vlog while driving? But basically, you guys, since we have last chatted, I have been to technically 4 different countries. Yeah? And then we did. Camera just keeps falling. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm going to finish this convo when we get to the beach, or maybe we can go grab like a little snack over there, but this is not working right now. Okay, it's honestly kind of good that I was not vlogging while driving over here because there were like 6,000 cops that I passed, and I would have been so paranoid. And I saw 3 different accidents. Like, people in LA specifically just can't drive. Like, it really, I never thought I would say that, but it's bad. Like, people are unhinged here. So I don't remember where I was exactly, so let's just take it from the top. So in the last couple months, I have been to London with my best friend Drew. I went to Manchester with her as well, which was so incredible. I got to meet my manager Jen, who is the nicest person. I talk to her every day, so it was really cool to like meet her and hug her, and drink all the porn star martinis with her, which is my favorite drink ever. And then 2 weeks later, Will and I, with his family, went to St. Bart's, which was insane. That was like their first big family vacation, and we stayed in an insane house, and it was so cool. Like, that was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of trip, but again, they're not big social media people, so I don't know, I felt weird vlogging it. I kind of wish I did, though. Basically, we had someone kind of plan the trip for us and tell us, like, here's where you need to go each day, like, go to the beach clubs this day, go here this day. We had a private chef who like made us breakfast every morning and made us snacks and made the best avocado toast. Like, it was so much fun. And oh my gosh, have you guys ever heard of a sea bob? I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but we got to like use this thing called a sea bob, which is basically like a wave runner, but you can go underwater with it. It's like a handheld thing. You kind of get on top of it. They're literally worth more than my old car. We rented it for an hour and we all just traded off, and I got to pet a turtle. I got to like see lobsters. I got to see so many cool animals. I got to see stingrays. And I went straight from there to Florida with my dad. It's like one family trip to another. I think my dad's not a big social media guy, so again, didn't really feel right vlogging. But then also we both got sick on that trip. So most of that trip we were just watching movies and like hiding from the rain, because of course it rained like half the week, but still managed to get sunburnt. Actually filmed a Skims campaign there, which was interesting. And yeah, just like hung out with my dad. We're really close, and so we just vibed, and it was really nice. Then I was home for 1 week, and then Will and I were off to London, where I did know I was getting engaged. I knew it was coming, and it was like such a good week, but also such a shit show. I knew Will was going to propose in London. I knew he wanted to propose there because he'd been there before. He was kind of comfortable there, and I knew it was coming. I did literally pick this out like entirely. It's not a diamond. I didn't want a diamond. We picked out like a fun stone together. It was a super cool experience. Like, when it comes to our birthdays, we can never wait until our actual birthdays to give each other presents. We need to do it the second it comes in the mail, because we're so excited about it. That's just how we are. We don't really like surprises. We say we do, but we really don't. And so this was a very collaborative thing. But we've been together for like 6 going on 7 years. So like, it was about time. Like, we knew what was happening. We knew it was coming. And so we stayed at this gorgeous hotel that I actually stayed at with Drew, called the Prince Akitoki in London. That is the most incredible hotel, because very much like Nobu vibes. And so we make it through the first day and we're good. Then second day comes, and from the jump, I am just down bad. Like, like, we were going for a walk, and like, Will bought a watch. We're having such a great time, and I'm like, you need to find me a bathroom. I'm about to vomit in the street. And so Will had to get a pint at like 11 a.m. so I could go use their bathroom to go throw up, because then 2 other places didn't have bathrooms. It was a whole mess. And that's kind of how the day started. We then went back to the hotel. I took a nap, and that helped. And I was like crying. So I was like, I know he wants to propose today, and I'm ruining it. So I take a nap, I take a bath, and I'm fighting. I'm fighting for my life out here, but I'm like trying to make this better, because I hate being sick, and no one wants to be sick on a trip. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna fake it till I make it. And I get ready for dinner, and I wear the dress I want to get engaged in, and I get all ready, and we get in the Uber, and I'm nauseous. I'm just so nauseous. So he wants to take a walk in the park. So we're taking a walk in Hyde Park, I want to say, and it was so beautiful, and it was so sweet. And halfway through the walk, and I can tell he's really nervous. Like, he's fighting his own demons right now. And I just looked at him like, hey baby, please don't do this right now. I'm so sick right now, I can't function. Like, please don't do it right now. So he's like, oh my god, let's take you home. I'm like, no. If he canceled the reservation for dinner, it was gonna cost $150 for the cancellation at this point. So I'm like, no, we're not gonna pay $150 for a dinner we're not even eating. Let's just go. I'm gonna fight through it. So we take an Uber over to the restaurant, which happened to me when I'd been to before, which was also not ideal, because he thought he was surprising me. A place called Sketch, which is super famous. And we had dinner, and it turns out their dinner menu is very like experimental. Not really great when you're ill. So I tried to drink, and I thought maybe a drink would help. I thought maybe it was nerves, but it was not nerves. And so I drank a porn star martini, and I was so sick. I couldn't even take an Uber home, because I was scared I was going to throw up in the Uber. Like, I just, like, every, like, 15 steps, I'd have to stop and, like, dry heave. It was so gross. So we go back to the hotel, and I take my dress off, and I'm in bed, and I'm crying, because I just ruined how he was going to propose to me. I completely ruined it all. I'm starting to feel better though. Like, I think I may have like thrown it up all out of my system at this point. And I guess at some point we start talking about kind of how, like, when he's going to propose that, now that this is not going to happen. And I was like, just do it in Switzerland, where we're going next. We're spending like 3 days in London, 4 days in Switzerland. My camera literally overheating right as I get to the good part. But anyway, so we're in bed, and I'm losing my mind, because I don't want to get engaged this next day, because I'm going to be wearing jeans that day. I plan my outfit, I'm wearing jeans that day, and I can't get engaged while wearing jeans. I'm a psycho. I know. He wasn't going to propose in Switzerland, and this was kind of like when he was going to do it, and I felt bad for ruining proposal before, and I was trying to be easygoing, but at the same time I was like, no, I'm not wearing that, because I need wearing a certain outfit when I get engaged. No, but yeah, no, I'm crying, like, I can't get engaged in jeans. So he kind of looks at me and laughs and goes, you feeling better? And I was like, yeah, actually I am feeling better right now. And he gave me something to get angry about, so that helped me. And he was like, do you want to just go do it now? And nothing's felt more right ever. And that sounds so silly, but yeah, nothing's ever felt more right. And so I threw my dress back on, but this time with sneakers, because we walked home a mile from the restaurant in heels from earlier, and I had like blisters on the bottom of my feet. And so I fixed my makeup. He threw his shirt back on, and we took an Uber back to where Buckingham Palace is. There's a park there. I think it's Hyde Park. Maybe it's Green Park. But when we'd first gone to London, we'd stayed on a hotel that was like right across the street from the park. So we'd walk through the park a lot at night, and we went back there, and we were just giggling. Oh my gosh. And I brought my little digital camera, and I was taking so many pictures of us, and I was like, I want to take one picture. It's our last picture as boyfriend and girlfriend. Then we found this little like light post in the middle of the park. He just did it, and it was unhinged, but literally perfect. And then we saw these pictures on my little digital camera, and it was so great. And then after that, it was the middle of the night on a Monday night. So we didn't really think that through. I was Googling like bars that were open. So I was like, let's go have a drink. Let's go celebrate. Then we're trying to find this bar and we can't find it for the life of us. You're making laps and there's drunk people kind of around like staring at us because we're clearly dumb Americans who just can't find where we're going. But we found a photo booth and like a vintage film photo booth. And that was one thing I really wanted to do on this trip, was to find a vintage photo booth. That was like my favorite thing ever. I'm gonna keep those for the rest of my life. So it did cost like $5 each time we used it, but it was like real film, black and white, and just felt very on brand for us. And we ended up finding a different bar that was like a speakeasy, like an actual members only club, and they had room to let us in, so they took us down. And it was this tiny bar, but we ended up chatting with the bartender forever, gave us free shots because we just got engaged. The menu was so cool. The drinks weren't like a Cosmo or an espresso martini. It was the Carrie Bradshaw and the Naomi Campbell. And we went back to the hotel once the bar closed. They closed at like 1:30, and we popped our little bottle of champagne that we had in the mini bar that ended up being like $75, but it was still worth it. We popped that and jumped on the bed, and that was the video we actually used to announce we were engaged. That was us getting engaged. But here is the ring. So in the sunlight it looks clear, but it's not. It is a yellow sapphire that's an emerald cut with then baguette diamonds on the sides. They're still diamonds, but I want something a little bit more unique because it sounds silly, but we were looking on Brilliant Earth, which is a kind of a website where you can basically pick your stone of like any stone, and then you can choose your setting and build your own ring, basically like Build-A-Bear, but for really expensive rings. And when we were looking at diamonds, and just they weren't like resonating with me, but there were just so many of the same thing. You know what I mean? And there was only the one of, like, we were about to order something else, and I saw this, like, wait, no, just order this instead. And so we last minute changed our mind, and I love it so much. And it's like a light yellow, which I like. It's not too much, but it's really pretty, and I love it. The only thing is I didn't really think through wedding bands with this setting, so we have to figure that out. It's a problem for future Julia, but that's gonna be a hard one. Yeah, we did everything we physically could fit into a day that next day, and then the next morning, bright and early, we went to Zurich. And Zurich was on my bucket list ever since I saw a Molly May vlog last year. And they went to Zurich, and it looked so beautiful. It said it was expensive, but I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. But it was that bad. It is so expensive there, but it's so beautiful. I would still put it on your bucket list, but like maybe make a lot of money first. It's pricey. Like the breathing is expensive there. But we did have some hiccups. Our hotel was actually 40 minutes outside of Zurich, Old Town, where you want to be, and I know that. So we did end up getting a second hotel that was like more centrally located. We ended up staying at a hotel called Citizen M. Can't recommend enough. Great for young people, but like I felt so silly in my trip planning. I didn't do a great job. We ended up the first day, like first full day there, going to Mount Pilatus. They have this longest summer toboggan, which was something Molly did. That's how I found it. And it's basically like a roller coaster built into a mountain that's you use gravity to do. The mountains were super beautiful. I would love to go back to Lucerne, which is where the mountain is, and just like have a balls to the wall vacation there, but I cannot afford that currently. So someday I want to do that really badly. The next day we had Lake Day. Yeah, like I label the days: Mountain Day, Lake Day, City Day. Basically there's these lake clubs you can pay 8 Swiss francs to go to, and it was an experience. There's no like laying out beach chairs like you would imagine here. You lay on the ground and you bring your own towels. So we stole little hotel towels for the day and we threw them in my backpack. It's very interesting. There's like a co-ed area, then a men's area, and a women's area. And then on the lake they have like floating docks. And so immediately I'm in the water and it's freezing, like bone chilling cold, and we swam out to little docks. And as we're sitting out there in the water, we realized the reason why the genders are split, because the girlies are topless, the men are pantsless. In the middle everyone's wearing their clothes, but you can see it all from the docks. So we're just kind of sitting there like, oh my god, but it was still really cool. We laid out, and Will's not a big water guy. I'm a big water girly, but that's not really his thing. And so pretty quickly he's like, I'm gonna go in. When he's going in, there's this big swan that comes up, because there's a lot of swans on Lake Zurich, and this swan fully posts up on him. And like I didn't realize swans are aggressive, but they're aggressive, so you have to kind of like show you're letting them go by without bugging them. We grabbed some rosé because they have a little restaurant there. So I was drinking, which was kind of weird though in Zurich. Like in London, so many cocktails. Like I had a porn star martini in my hand every day, but in Zurich, like no cocktails. It was all spritzes and things like that, which isn't my favorite to be honest, but I still had them, still enjoyed them, but was not my favorite. I went home, got ready for dinner, and then we had the most expensive dinner of our lives, which we can, Zurich's expensive. And honestly, we wish we'd spent less time in Zurich and more time in London. I've been to London a lot, but I love it there. It's my favorite place. Zurich's cool, but I could maybe only go like one more time. Like, I get now, some people beforehand told me like, oh, maybe don't spend all your time there. And I was like, no, it's gonna be great. You're being so negative. But no, they were right. It's not the hottest place to be. Like, can confirm. It's very expensive, but it's cool. It's really beautiful. If you want a more like chill experience, go there. But I would like pick a bougie hotel. Like, pick a bougie hotel and just plan on spending so much money. But it's so funny. I didn't expect this, but your relationship changes in a really interesting way when you get engaged. At least for us. It's not like we changed, but like, you just feel so much more confident. Like, when you have a fight, it's not the end of the world because you know, like, you've chosen to be together forever, so nothing's gonna just break you up. And we've been so happy and lovey, and he now, like, carries my shopping bags for me, which is so sweet, and he's just the wholesomest human. But it's just kind of funny how much like sweeter we're being to each other right now. And I talked to my friends who are married, and they were like, yeah, no, that's normal. You'll live in that for a while, but then you start wedding planning and you'll hate each other. But we've decided we're not gonna be wedding planning for a while. But we told everyone else, don't ask me out a wedding for a year. We're gonna talk about it in like 8 months from now, or 7 months from now, because we've been engaged for a month now. But we're not discussing. We're not worrying about it. We're not doing any of that because like it's a lot of pressure and it's scary. We've had little conversations. It's always been like, oh my god, this is so expensive. What do we do? So yeah, wedding planning's not for the lighthearted, as I've only even just Googled prices of things. So if you're looking for wedding planning content from me, you're not gonna see that for a long time, but I am fully just in my like wearing white era. I have been ordering so many white dresses and just all the things, and it was actually really sweet. SLA the Label, it's a brand by Sarah Ashcroft. They sent me a dress from their bridal collection when they found out I was engaged, which was the sweetest thing ever. In other news, I get to work with Fabletics on Monday, and I'm getting back into modeling again. I kind of took a hiatus since May. Like, I've kind of taken 2 months off, which has been weird for me, but I've been traveling so much, so it's kind of hard to book, and the summer is always so dead in LA, especially because everyone's on vacation. Like, the people who are booking you for shoots are on vacation, so it's been quiet. But yeah, I'm back on set on Monday, and that's kind of the big life news. But yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really kind of, I don't know, I was definitely in a little depressive state for a while there. When you're not happy, you don't want to like share that with the world. You don't want to put that energy out there. But yeah, getting engaged and taking antidepressants really did the trick for me. I am gonna vlog this weekend though, and I thought I was gonna talk about all this in that video, but then I asked you guys on Instagram and you're like, no bitch, we wanna see it separately. So this was the catch up. This is what's going on in my life right now. I'm just functioning and just enjoying being a fiance, and I'm really happy. But yeah, so if you wanna see my little girls weekend, then go watch the next video. But yeah, I love you guys, and thank you guys for being so happy for me. All of your messages have been so sweet and kind, and I'm just really grateful for you guys. So that's the catch up. Now, I have been sitting here for about 40 minutes now, so I am gonna go get in the water and go make some TikToks for you guys. Damn it, because I'm trying. It's really busy here though, so I'm a little nervous. I have bad stage fright when it comes to shooting content for other people, but we're gonna try to do the thing today. So wish you girl luck, and I will see you guys literally in a couple hours. So I love you. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, you guys.